I would say fairly steep here. So if you want to hit it high, you got to come in steep. Right. Now here's another guy. Okay. Now watch his lead wrist coming through. Now watch him transport this angle. This is what I've been trying to get you guys to understand. Watch their lead, the trail wrist. See how that there's still a bend in the back of that lead wrist, trail wrist? He is, yeah. He's on a hill there. He's on a pretty steep hill there. That's a very steep hill. This was at the Masters right here. He's playing with Sergio. This is Kevin Streelman. Watch his lead wrist. Okay, but watch the club hit the ground. You won't even see a divot here. There's no divot. There's no grass coming up. Right. 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 And the knees are moving toward the target. There's no backwards shifting here, guys. Your body doesn't, it's an athletic movement. The body has to move forward. Doesn't move backwards. Yeah. Alright, we're going to look at some wedges. Now this is a little bit different. The wedge is a little bit different. A 30 or 40 yard shot. So what are the differences between a 40 yard shot and say like, 10 yard shot? Can you guys tell me?
Are you using the clock face thing?
Well, that's one. One's a two lever swing, one's a one lever swing. If you chip from 10 yards, you're not breaking your wrist. Two levers is the length of your arm plus your wrist cock. So here's Steve Stricker. He's slightly good at wedge shots. Slightly. Probably the best ever. So you got a lot of knee flex there. Okay? Hands are under the shoulders. You don't see the club going inside, do you? Alright? That club is not going inside. The toe is not exactly straight up in the air. It matches pretty much matches the spine angle. Okay, but
now it's vertical.
Yep, it's vertical. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. I mean, it's a little bit. Now, when he comes down, he doesn't ever go inside.
So how far is he trying to make this?
This is about a 40 yard, 35 to 40 yard shot. But notice his right arm straightens. His chest goes through. Look at his feet, though. This is what I wanted you guys to see. You don't see his feet moving. It's all rotation from the trunk. Yeah, his hips are moving, but there's nothing moving downstairs. The feet aren't. I see people lifting this foot, moving this knee, moving that knee. There's none of that. All right. So that's something to pay attention to. Now, I'm going to show you one other one. I got a lot of ladies in this group. I think the ladies do actually. Oh, I want to show you this putting stroke. Now, this was taken at the Masters. I got this. Now, why do you think I got Ricky Fowler's putting stroke? Because he's got the best putting stroke. There's Rory. I don't have him. I could care less about Justin Thomas. He can't make anything. Okay, this guy can putt. Now, the shaft is in line with the forearm. His arms are slightly bent and connected. His eyes are over the ball, or slightly inside the ball. That's really, he looks comfortable. His arms are slightly bent. There's a connection. Here's what you got to take from this. The upper arms are connected and they're bent. And everything moves from the core. So he's going to retain these angles. Now, you can't really see much here because but the putter doesn't go back very far. He hits it solid. But I'm really watching the shoulders here. Notice how the shoulders move? The shoulders move. It's not just flicking your hands at it. Alright. I got one more look. You like this one. Who do you think that is? Who's the physics guy on tour? Yes, that's Bryson DeChambeau. Now, why do you think I got his info? Because it's unique. He's got the ball back in his stance. This is a drill I want everybody to do. take a putter, put it right against your lead forearm and practice. That's a great drill. Look at his left wrist. What do you see there? What is? It's weak. Look at his left hand. It's weak. It's not strong. His left thumb is down the middle or even to the left side. He's got the hell. He's holding it like that. He's not holding it like that. And that's his caddy, John. So watch this. Watch the symmetry. There's the backstroke. Lower body doesn't move. Forward stroke. His arms are relatively straight, but you can see how everything moves together. No. If that works for you, I like this drill though. I want you to do that drill. That drill's work. That works. That's okay. Now, Brad, take a look at this. This is being sent to you. Okay, Brad. Do you see her feet?
Yeah.
You see how much knee flex she has?
Yeah.
Okay, watch the face of the club. This is Sandra Gal, but watch her club face. The club passes her hands, so the club head speed actually exceeds the ball speed. Look, the club head's over here, the ball's right there. So what does that tell you? That tells you she's hitting behind it 2 or 3 inches, number one. But notice the knee flex. That's what you don't... And then the face doesn't close. Look at the face. It stays like that. Okay, I'll show you another one. This you can really tell. Watch his left wrist go into extension. There's the left wrist goes into extension. What's extension? That's extension. You don't want to do that chipping, but it's okay to do that with a bunker shot. If you do that chipping, it's not good. Okay, I think I've killed you enough with information. Alright, wedge play. Just one more thing on wedges. If I can find it. I don't know where it is. It's disappeared into the... Ah, here we go. Danny Lee, watch this wedge shot. Alright, this is deceiving. The ball's not that far forward. This is just a bad angle. But here's what I wanted you to take away. The connection here will never change. His upper arms are going to stay on his chest. Here they're on his chest here. And then watch through the ball. Yep. Upper arms on the chest, full extension of the lead arm. Notice the chest and look at the feet. Are the feet moving? The heel's coming up? No. Now watch the right shoulder and the head. It's moving forward. Oops, there goes the mouse again. Alright, so you guys understand that quiet feet are okay. Trunk rotation's okay. Weight should be forward. There's 5 different swings. We'll go over that. I don't like more than 5. I think it's ludicrous. So I go first position, P1. Shaft parallel. That's 20 yards for me. You'll have to figure out what it is for you. With all 3 wedges, it'll be different. 35 right there for me. Hands are just above the right hip. Yep. Okay, now for me, 50 is right here, sternum. Lead arm, pretty much parallel, hands at the sternum.
50 yards in the air, you're talking.
Yep. 65 is hands at the right shoulder. So I got here, here. So those are my numbers there. So you got 20 right there. You got 35 here. You got 50 here. 65 here. Just above the right shoulder. My hand's about right there. 65. Full wrist cock. Now, back to translating the angles. Watch this lady. She's going to lead that right wrist stays in position through the strike. There is no bending of that right wrist. She has got a bent right wrist and a flat left wrist. If you want to be any good in golf, you better get that down. The only time you don't do that is when you're hitting a flop shot or a bunker shot. Now, what do you notice about the lower body? It's not going backwards.
No, it doesn't. It looks like it's pretty square on this.
It is pretty square there, yep.
She doesn't want to open.
What about her feet? Same thing. Right, quiet. Okay, watch this. Down the line.
She's very square.
She is, but look at the first parallel. The club head is not.
It's outside.
It's at 11 o'clock. It's what I've been trying to get you guys to do.
It's in front of her.
Right. The face is not exactly 90 degrees, but it's close. It's probably 65, 70.
It'll get 90 right there.
Yeah, right. And now watch the swing plane. Okay, what is the definition of on plane? Well, everybody's plane's a little bit different. Somewhere in that zone you want to keep the club.
She's going to keep it right on this lower line.
Yeah, pretty much, yep.
Right on the lower line.
No divot. She's coming in shallow.
She hit it about, you hit it, that's about 9:30 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that was probably 30, 40 yards, you know. Okay. That's enough to kill a horse, probably. You guys